What about Crawford do you think can bridge the weight gap?
That's true, but you know what? There's always a way. Put it that there's always a way. There's always a way to win.
Robert Garcia may have already ended the fight of the century before the first bell. While the world debates how pound-for-pound King Terence Crawford could possibly defeat Saul Canelo Alvarez, the legendary trainer has revealed a chillingly precise blueprint for his downfall. This isn't a prediction of a close contest, it's a spoiler for a slow, methodical, and inevitable breakdown.
Because Canelo's fucking strong, but I go based on Canelo's last two performances where flat-footed, one punch at a time. But I don't see him doing that. I think he's gonna fucking fight tough in this fight. So more likely Canelo's gonna win. Maybe even hurt Crawford. But do I think Crawford has a chance? 100%.
I don't see Crawford running. I think Crawford, if he goes out on his shield like Spence.
Exactly, and he's got good skills too to fight a perfect fight and win a decision. But it's gonna be tough.
Does he have enough power to keep Canelo off him? Canelo takes a good punch.
Why not? But Canelo doesn't pressure that hard anymore. He doesn't put that pressure anymore. So combinations, movements, boom, 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 defense. Could get knocked out in the last round, even if he's winning every single round. But he's got to fight a perfect fight. Can he do it? I think he can. But I still put my money on Canelo if I have to.
The whole story about this super fight comes down to one clear and harsh truth: size. Terence Crawford isn't just moving up a weight class. He's making a risky jump across 3 divisions, adding 14 pounds to take on a fighter who has not only competed at super middleweight, but has also knocked out champions at light heavyweight. This isn't just a challenge, it's a struggle against the basic laws of physics. Rival David Benavidez bluntly stated that he's picking Canelo to win for one reason only: the sheer size.
Terence Crawford, does he have an opportunity to beat Canelo?
I think if anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised if he loses either. Terence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Earl Spence, he showed what level he's on, what type of dog he is. So I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate him to come back strong.
Could you still make 68?
I don't want to make 68.
No, I know you don't. Terence wins 68.
Yeah, well, if that's, yeah, I can make 168.
Even legendary trainer Abel Sanchez warned those who are betting on skill alone, reminding everyone that weight classes exist for a reason.
I think it's a ridiculous fight myself. I think that Crawford is too small. Canelo is, in my opinion, the face of boxing right now. I think that look at his resume. I think it's a good fight for a little while. Crawford's hand speed will, just like when Golovkin fought Kell Brook, the hand speed was evident at the beginning of the fight. But as the fight goes on, Canelo's going to start pounding on him, and I think that the fight ends somewhere between the 9th and 12th round.
You really feel because of the size difference, he can stop Crawford?
Well, absolutely. I think that anything Canelo hits him with is going to hurt him. He won't be able to catch him early because, like I said, the speed and the foot speed and the hand speed. And Crawford's a heck of a fighter at his own weight. 54, when he fought Madrimov in his last fight, showed us that he can't really, the weight makes a difference. I don't care how much weight he gains and how much he does to try to get up to that level, 168, is going to make a difference.
Crawford is entering a world where the air is thicker, the punches are heavier, and his speed, which is his greatest weapon, could turn into his biggest drawback. Every pound of new muscle he's added could slow him down in the intense championship rounds. This isn't just a fight, it's a test to see if skill can overcome science. But the attack on Crawford didn't start in the gym. During a quanda with Ring magazine, they read Canelo a list of boxing legends: Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, Dimitri Bivol. He was asked to stop the moderator when he heard a boxer's name who was better than Terence Crawford. Canelo remained silent, and that move sent shockwaves through the boxing community. On the surface, it seemed like the ultimate sign of respect. But if you look closer, you see the work of a master manipulator. By putting Crawford on this pedestal, Canelo wasn't just praising him. He was placing the weight of impossible expectations on his opponent's shoulders. A psychological blow meant to make Crawford doubt whether he can live up to the hype Canelo created for him.
Felix Trinidad. Oscar De La Hoya, Manny Pacquiao, Dmitry Bivol, Artur Beterbiev, Bernard Hopkins, Floyd Mayweather. Damn, you don't think none of them?
Terence Crawford's defense truly built to withstand a storm like Canelo? Crawford is a defensive expert, but his style involves a high-risk, high-reward game of bait and switch. We've seen this happen repeatedly. He allows an opponent to land, sometimes taking several clean shots in a row just to gauge their timing and create openings for his own powerful counters. Against fighters his own size, this was a clever strategy. But against Canelo, it's a frightening gamble. The punches he used to walk through will feel like cannonballs. The shots he absorbed to set a trap could be the very shots that end the fight. Canelo has one-punch knockout power, and he has shown he can maintain it for 12 full rounds. The flaw in Crawford's defense is that it depends on his ability to take a hit. When facing a man like Canelo, you can't afford to play with fire because his punches don't just score points. They change the outcome of a fight. This is where Robert Garcia's chilling prophecy begins to take shape. He foresees a fight of two distinct halves, and the first half belongs entirely to Terence Crawford. For the first 6, maybe even 7 rounds, the world will believe they are witnessing a masterclass. Crawford will be magnificent. He'll use his brilliant footwork to dance around Canelo, creating angles the Mexican star can't anticipate. He'll switch stances effortlessly from orthodox to southpaw, confusing Canelo's timing and disrupting his rhythm. His jab will be a laser, snapping Canelo's head back and keeping the bigger man at bay. The scorecards will likely favor Crawford, and the narrative will begin to form. He's too fast, too smart, too slick. But according to Garcia, none of this will be a surprise to Canelo. In fact, it's all part of the plan. Canelo won't be panicking. He'll be laying the groundwork for a brutal second act.
I think Terence Crawford is the fight that he's looking for. It's the biggest fight out there for him, and he's already accomplished. He's done so much in boxing that he doesn't need to challenge himself against nobody else. If it's a Canelo fight, then he'll take it because it's a huge payday for him. And if it's not, I don't think he'll fight again. I don't think he has to fight anymore. He's already accomplished so much. He's already secured himself very well. He's a smart man. He's not spending his money crazy like other fighters do. He lives a normal life. He's a family man. He's got his family, kids, everything. Takes care of everybody around him. He doesn't have to fight anymore. But if it's Canelo, then he'll do it because it's just a huge fight, and it's a fight that he'll put up a good fight. I probably don't see him winning, but I do see him putting up a good 6-8 rounds. After that, I see Canelo taking over, but I think those first 6 rounds will be very close, or maybe Crawford will be ahead because I think he could win some rounds against Canelo. Terence is very strong physically, mentally, is very strong too. So you need that too. So I think he does put up some good rounds. I'm not saying he wins because it's going to be tough for him to win, but I think the first half of the fight he will put up some really good rounds. I think Canelo's power, Canelo's strength, and the late rounds is where that's where Crawford starts getting into trouble.
While Crawford wins the rounds, Canelo will win the war. Garcia's plan for Canelo isn't about going for a big knockout in the early rounds. It focuses on a harsh, methodical strategy of punishment aimed at slowly breaking down the smaller man. Canelo will apply smart, calculated pressure. He won't follow Crawford around the ring. Instead, he'll cut off his movement, using his footwork to reduce the space and force Crawford to use more energy than he wants. Then, he will unleash his main weapon, the body attack. Garcia believes that each powerful hook to the ribs and every digging uppercut acts like a deposit of pain. These punches are not just strikes. They aim to drain Crawford's energy, weigh down his legs, and undermine the very foundation of his fighting style, his movement.
Because honestly, the way I look at this fight is that it's very difficult for me to see Terence Crawford winning by knockout. Not to say it's not possible, because it definitely could be. I think the path to victory for Crawford is to be able to counter Canelo when he comes in with lazy footwork, or when he stands flat-footed, or when he only throws 1 or 2 at a time and Crawford can throw 3, 4, 5 back. I don't see him walking Canelo down, even though he said that at the press conference, how he walked Canelo down. He's going to walk him down because Canelo's supposed to be the bigger man, but we'll see about that. And trust me, I've seen the pictures of Terrence Crawford. He looks like he's filling into 168 just fine, but that looks great on camera. It does. It looks amazing in still shots. It looks good when the muscles are glistening and he's all flexed up and he's tired from his workout, but what happens when you have to fight?
Canelo is willing to lose a few early rounds on the scorecards in order to take away Crawford's spirit, one body shot at a time. The turning point, as Garcia predicts, will come around the 8th round. It won't be one big punch, but a gradual, terrifying realization for Crawford and his corner. The snap in his jab will disappear. His once smooth footwork will become slow and heavy. The angles he easily created in the early rounds will vanish. This is when the bodywork will pay off. Forced to hold his ground more, Crawford will find himself in a dangerous position, in range of Canelo's power. The size and strength that were manageable from a distance will turn into an overwhelming, suffocating force. Canelo will start landing the heavy shots to the head that he missed earlier. The entire dynamic of the fight will change. Skill will be overshadowed by relentless force, and Crawford will be caught in a nightmare he can't escape.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. And I can see the same thing. I mean, you saw Canelo Alvarez fighting Amir Khan. Now, look at this. Terrence Crawford moved from 47 to 54 to fight Madrimov. What did he do to Madrimov? Nothing. Okay, Madrimov was a 54-pounder. Now, to move up to 168, that's 2 more divisions. Canelo Alvarez will take any punch from Crawford, but I don't think Crawford will take any punches from Canelo. Remember, Canelo got hit by Triple G, the heaviest hitter in that division. And Canelo took those shots like a champ. I don't think Crawford has anything to beat Canelo.
This fight was never just about a title. It's about building a legacy. For Terrence Crawford, this was his moon landing, a bold leap into the unknown for a chance to make history and be named the greatest of his era, maybe of all time. For Canelo, this fight is a statement. It's his opportunity to silence every critic and prove his strength against all styles and sizes. People often mention his loss to Floyd Mayweather, but they forget he was young and inexperienced back then. The Canelo of today is a completely different fighter, a skilled, patient predator who is stronger, smarter, and more complete than ever. A win over Crawford would not just be another victory, it would be the highlight of a legendary career, showing that even the best skills have limits when they face a truly great champion in his prime. As the world gets ready for what is being called the fight of the century, Robert Garcia's analysis looms large. It presents a grim picture of a smaller genius drawn into a trap, his talent used against him before he is ultimately overwhelmed by the harsh realities of size and power. This is a vision of a fight where Terrence Crawford does everything right, only to realize it was never going to be enough. The question now is whether this expert analysis is the undeniable truth of what's ahead, a warning of a tragedy set in stone. So, that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.